Salem Stadium and Wake Med Soccer Park, the home of North Carolina FC here in Cary, North Carolina, and the home tonight of the USL Championship League. North Carolina FC taking on the Charleston Battery in the Southern Derby. Hello everybody, James Alverson and John Bouye, my broadcast partner here tonight as North Carolina FC hosts the Charleston Battery, and it's going to be a fantastic matchup between two longtime rivals, John. When you look at it though, North Carolina FC unbeaten and untied this year, the only team in the Eastern Division that can say that. And tonight, it all starts in the back for North Carolina FC.
It certainly does. So many talented defenders, but one big one we want to highlight right now, Sam Brotherton, a talented defender back there. He's a New Zealand international, also played at Sunderland. He does a great job of giving offenses fits in the back, and he really opens the space up in the front for Marios Lomis, who has scored 2 goals so far this year in 2 games. He is on fire, James.
Yeah, he's playing really well for Dave Sarakin and North Carolina FC, and when they got the ball going in the back of the net, things look really good for North Carolina FC. We'll see if Lomas can keep that up tonight. Switching gears a little bit over to the Charleston Battery, head coach Michael Anhauser's been with them for 13 years, and he was with them even before that as a player.
That's right, started as a player in 1994. This man bleeds everything Charleston. He loves this club, such a dedicated coach, and he really has a tough team. Every time he puts a team out on the field, a very composed team, so you're going to see that tonight as well.
Certainly looking forward to a very tight matchup here tonight between North Carolina FC with their head coach Dave Sarakin, who's got to be very pleased coming off of the exhibition win over Necaxa, of course, out of the Mexican Premier League. A fantastic showing for North Carolina FC in that matchup, and then of course the 2 league wins to start the year off. He's looking forward to seeing what he can get out of his ball club here tonight. North Carolina FC, Charleston Battery. It's the Southern Derby. The lineups that open at kickoff are coming up next here from Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary. Don't go anywhere.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Back on the road. Back in the saddle. Back to the land. Back in the game. Back in the swing of things. Back in the groove. Wake Med Orthopedics, the exceptional care you need to get back your life.
Back inside Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park, North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery set to do battle here in the Southern Derby. The supporters from both sides very excited here for tonight, from Charleston making the trip up the regiment, and of course the Oak City supporters sitting proudly behind the goal to our right on the southern side of the stadium here as we take a look at the starting 11 for Dave Sarakin and North Carolina FC. Of course, it's Alex Tambakis in goal. You've got Guillen, Brotherton, Comcia, and Taylor at the back. Up top, Marios Lomas, and in the midfield, 5 men all across there, anchored by Austin DeLuz.
Yeah, such a talented player. He's the general. He's the Iron Man for NCFC. But Mario Lomis, as we talked about in the Open, such a talented player. He's got to get going early on.
And for Coach Anheuser and Charleston, let's take a look at their starting 11. At the back, it is Joe Kuzminski, and he'll be in goal patrolling for the Battery here tonight. Across the back, Bolt, Archer, Mueller, and Woodbine. In the midfield, Rittmeyer, Von Schaik, Candela, and Pickett. And then up top, Zico Lewis and Ian Svantessen. Of course, both of the top two forwards have a goal on the season. There were officials today. Elvis Osmanovic, Ryan Graves is the assistant, as well as Jeremy Smith, and the fourth official is Colin Little. John Bouillet, James Alverson, your broadcast team here today. Of course, Kyle Lang in the producer chair, and we appreciate all his hard work. Sit back and enjoy this one from Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park. It's the Southern Derby, leg one between North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery, and it's all right here on ESPN+. Charleston doing battle there early. Here's Iwolo taken out and no call. They'll play it on as Pickett will now drop it back in, and it's Candela slipping it all the way back for Woodbine.
We talked about how composed Mike Anheuser's teams are, James, and really you're going to see that early on. Of course, they're on the road, but they still want to put pressure on NCFC here at Salem Stadium.
So a throw-in coming here for North Carolina FC. Guillen dropping it in. Iwalo for Spies, flipping it in for Lomas. Dangerous opportunity there, just over his reach, and it goes out for a goal kick, but a nice idea there from Ben Spies.
Well, how about early on from Ben Spies here? You see the vision as soon as the ball gets to his feet there, and he sees Lomas just a little bit too far in front of him. Otherwise, he probably could have capitalized on that.
So Charleston got Mueller playing one long, flip off the head, and forward for Pickett. He'll drop it over onto the right side for Lewis. Zico Lewis, already a goal on the year. Flip this one in. It's headed straight up into the air. And North Carolina FC will try to clear it forward as Brotherton comes up to knock it away. And there, Tommy McCabe flipping it forward. North Carolina FC out. Ben Spies plays it right off of the Charleston Battery defender, and we're quickly back in play for the guys in blue in North Carolina FC.
And Carolina really pushing the pace of the game early on here, trying to get something going. Awolo's been good here on the outside, and Spies and Deleuze really trying to put something together.
Like seeing this attack down the left side here so far from North Carolina FC. Seems like they may be able to make some hay here shortly. Here's Ben Spies with the ball in some space, played it forward. Just a little miscommunication there with Iwalo, and it rolls out for a goal kick for the Battery.
And you mentioned Awolo. He has really been good here on this outside, and now Ben Spies is just talking to him. They got a little bit disconnected on that last pass. If they can get on the same page, and then Lomas really just pushed to the 18.
Woodbine trying to hit a long ball up for Svantessen. Doing battle here in the near side corner with Brotherton. He gets around him into the box. Knocked away. Comcia comes over, and it'll go out for a corner kick.
Well, you see how big Svantessen is, and there you saw it. He just got around Brotherton, but Comcia comes in there late and is able to get the ball out. A dangerous corner kick early on for Charleston.
He does have the height advantage at 6'6", 181 pounds, and Svantessen is going to be a force in the box, especially on these set pieces, as we see the Battery about to take the first corner of the match here in the 4th minute. Knocked long, cleared everybody, and the Battery will give chase, trying to drop it back and maintain possession. Good battle by Deleuze over there. It goes out for a throw-in for Charleston. Ball played in, easy for Tambakis as he falls on that, swallows it up inside the 6. And North Carolina FC survives the first set piece.
That's nice for a goalkeeper to get a good early touch in the game. You know, you don't want your first touch to be a point-blank shot. Tambakis just getting a nice little touch there, getting the rhythm of the game early on.
And he'll fly one long. Trying to get it up to Stephen Miller on the right side at right wing. Ball at the feet of Piggott. He'll play it forward for Lewis. Lewis on the run, and it's out for a goal kick. Nice defending there by Aaron Guillen.
When you like what Piggott is doing, he's kind of coming in, sitting right there at the top of the 18 and just doing some nice overlapping runs around him. A dangerous attack so far for Charleston early on.
Ball played short on the goal kick. Minute 5. Headed back into the box. Vintesson is offside. Fortunate for North Carolina FC there as they had given it back. But no harm, no foul.
And Tambekis was looking to clear it, and he cleared it right to a Charleston player, but Van Tessen just couldn't get back in time, James. That could have been real problems.
Certainly could have been very problematic, but nonetheless, it comes out to a free kick. Ball played forward, taken down off the chest of McCabe. He gives it away. Back the other way is Candela. He'll slip it off for Rittmeyer. Now Lewis dancing in the midfield. Slipped into the box. Pinballs around and knocked away. DJ Taylor finally clearing it for North Carolina FC. And here come the boys in blue. Austin DeLuz with the ball at his feet. Left-footed ball. Intercepted by Woodbine. And Charleston will survive there. He had Iwalo running long. Nice idea, just couldn't quite get the pass.
Yeah, and he was trying to play the space, but as you mentioned, Woodbine did a good job of just cutting that space off for Charleston and winning the ball.
Charleston playing with it deep in their own end now. In the 6th minute, still scoreless from Wake Med Soccer Park here in Cary. Glad to have you along wherever you may be and however you may be accessing the program. James Alverson and John Bouye, your broadcast team here today. DeLuz in the center of the park. Playing that ball forward, he finds Spies. Opportunity here with some time and space. Now he's challenged, and he'll turn it back. Over onto the right side, DJ Taylor over for DeLuz now. Now back for McCabe. Sends it to the near side for Guillen, and he misplayed it. Goes out for a Charleston throw.
And I like what I've seen so far from Ben Spies, just very, very composed on the ball, and Iwolo looks like he's in trouble.
Not sure what happened. This occurred back behind the play. As Donovan Iwolo checking the back of that boot. He's going to walk it off without the assistance of the training staff. We'll see if he can continue. Certainly something to keep an eye on. He's been good in the early going for North Carolina FC, looking for some dangerous runs. And that long throw-in is just going to roll out for a goal kick.
And you really need the speed of Iwolo here on the outside. Some balls already kind of just played into space that he's been able to track down, and just be watching that injury to make sure that he's not going to be able to come off the team.
It was the right foot for him. He was kind of grasping at, so we'll keep an eye on it for you. Austin DeLuz. Slip it back over for Comcia. Knocked long, Lomas lurking. But Archer there to poke it away. Archer will send it back to his keeper, Kuzminski. And he'll bang one up the near side. Piggott tried to pull it down. Instead, he knocks it out. It's a North Carolina FC throw-in. Knocked over on the right side. It's Taylor. Dropped it back for DeLuz. He'll slip the pass up. Now he gets it back. Trying to work the ball through the midfield. Found Stephen Miller. Knocked away. And Piggott with the rescue clear. McCabe heads it back down. DJ Taylor gets it back to McCabe, and North Carolina FC will keep the ball in the attacking end. Ball looking for either Lomas or Iwalo. And now the goalkeeper collides with Lomas. We're going to get a foul called against North Carolina FC. And keeper Kuzminski still down. inside the box.
When it looked like just a 50-50 ball here, Lomas getting in there with Kuzminski, and he might have just caught one here. Here you see it just bounce up, and Lomas is just trying to get to it. He does get the boot up pretty high, but
he did get to the ball first, but obviously dangerous play with the boot that high, John.
Yeah. No card. It just the referee said, "Hey, we got to protect our goalkeepers out here." I know all about that.
Kuzminski hops up, and he'll take the free kick here in the 10th minute from deep in his own end. Charleston in the gold and black. North Carolina FC in the all blues as Lomas finds it at his feet, plays it out into some space. Iwalo, now Deleuze, back into the middle for McCabe. Now Deleuze again, one touch up for Spees. Spees just finally settles it. Iwalo across it in, banged it off the defender and out, and it'll be a throw in deep in the attacking end for North Carolina FC.
Well, Spees is just doing a great job of holding that ball up with that vision and just seeing Iwalo on the outside there. Good pressure from North Carolina right now.
Guillen along the near side will drop it back to Brotherton. He'll slip it over for Comcia. Now back for Brotherton. Looking with that left foot. Knocked up off of Lewis. And North Carolina FC will control off the bounce. Played high and headed away by Woodbine. Knocked forward. Lomas can't control it. And the Battery will take over in their own end. Good pressure here from North Carolina FC. But a long ball will relieve some of that. As Comcia able to get to it just ahead of Svantessen. And North Carolina FC will regroup in their own end.
Here you see Charleston just putting some pressure on the back four of Carolina, really trying to cause a mistake here.
Spees goes down. No call from Osmanovic, our head official. Said he went down on his own accord, but it's out for a throw in for North Carolina FC. Good positioning there from Iwalo, just unable to connect the pass to Deleuze, and now Taylor will chase it all the way back onto the far sideline. It'll be out for a throw in for North Carolina FC. Off the Charleston defender again, another throw for NCFC. Beautiful night for soccer here. Got into the low 70s.
It's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. I'll tell you, James, I'm surprised at how much space Carolina has when they're getting the ball at their feet. They're able to take 1, 2, 3 touches, and that could prove detrimental here coming up soon.
Flipped long, Miller trying to chase it down on the right side. He is able to pull it in, spins around in the box looking for a cross, and he bangs it over the bar and out for a goal kick. But Stephen Miller, dangerous opportunity there in the edge of the box, just unable to pick out the cross.
Yeah, and it looked like maybe he had Lomas here right at the top where he could have just played that ball to him. He had a couple good touches there, but just couldn't get the angle right, and maybe just should have played that ball over to Lomas and let him take care of that.
Lomas looked like he had a little bit of space there, about 14, 15 yards from goal, but Miller couldn't pick him out. And it's out for the goal kick for the Battery. Sent long. They're playing kind of into the wind here, which is fairly substantial wind right now, John. So obviously North Carolina FC with that advantage here in the first half. As you see some balls maybe sail a little bit longer from right to left across your screen, and you see some of those goal kicks maybe die a little bit. It's because it's a pretty heavy wind out right now.
And even just heavy touches in the midfield. There you saw Zico Lewis. He had a great opportunity to get in Svantessen, but he just touched it a little bit too hard, which allowed North Carolina to get back on that ball.
See another goal kick from Kuzminski here. Sent long, headed up by Brotherton. Guillen doing battle with Pickett. Now Lewis sends it over on the near side for Woodbine. Taken down from behind by Iwalo, and it's a free kick coming for the Battery.
Yeah, Woodbine just got around Iwalo here. Here you see it, and he just had to just put his hands on him to slow him down a little bit. Dangerous free kick here.
Yeah, he had full speed ahead at a backpedaling Guillen, and not necessarily the worst foul in the world to give up if you're North Carolina FC, but a dangerous opportunity here as this free kick will easily be sent into the box. And you have the 6'6" Ian Van Tessen lurking in the box for Charleston. Ball played in, curling towards goal. Tambakis takes it down. Van Tessen ran into him, and he's going to get a whistle.
Well, it looked like an easy save there for Tambakis until Van Tessen just ran into him. Look at this. And he jumps up in the air, and he just can't stop the forward motion and knocks into the goalkeeper.
6'6", 181 pounds coming at you. Alex Tambakis is not a small guy. He's 6'6", or 6'3", 180 himself. So a couple large guys colliding there in the 6. And we're back underway as Kuzminski plays it out. Candela pulls it in and flipped it over towards Von Schick and Rittmeyer. Bolt dropping it back for Candela. And now Archer sends it over to Mueller. Woodbine on it. And now Von Schick. Charleston just maintaining a little possession here. Maybe get a little feel of the ball. They haven't had a lot of the possession here in the early going, John.
Yeah, and it seems like everything is coming from this right-hand side. It might be nice for them just to switch it up to the left-hand side and throw Carolina off a little bit.
Ball headed forward by Carolina's Comcia. Taylor clears it up to Lomas, trying to hold it up. He's dispossessed by Archer. Sent forward. Van Tessen has it taken away from him. Iwalo can't get back on it as Piggott poked it away.
And great back work there from Piggott just to get that ball back for Charleston.
And here Piggott is again, giving chase as the ball runs out just in front of him for a goal kick. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. It's Taylor giving a little shove. Ball goes out. It'll be a throw in for North Carolina FC.
And you see Charleston playing that high line, not allowing the North Carolina players to get behind them, really almost keeping it up to half field at some points during the game.
Here's Deleuze on the ball, dropped it over to Guillen, gives it right back. And now works it up to Spies. Spies around a defender. Iwalo now back to Spies. He's got time and space. Let's fly. And it's blocked down by Archer. Here come the battery.
Great work between Spies and Iwalo. Wonderful, wonderful 1-2 touch there. Beautiful stuff. And Iwalo just called the defender in and then sent the ball into Spies' foot, but too many defenders back for Charleston.
A little unfortunate there as the ball blasted into the defender, and now here comes Iwalo again. He's knocked off of his stride by Woodbine, and no call. Nice defense from Charleston to recover the ball. And here's Woodbine again. Iwalo up for Piggott. Deleuze takes him down, and that'll be a free kick for the battery. Nice little battle developing here on this right side between Woodbine and Iwalo.
Yeah, and it seems as soon as Iwalo gets around him, even Piggott's coming back to help him. Iwalo has been a handful for Charleston tonight.
You've got to commit a defender or defender and a half to cover a man every now and then. That's going to leave open a Marios Lomas or a Ben Spies, and that's very promising for North Carolina FC here in the early going. Long ball played forward. Taylor heads it down. Stephen Miller comes back to clean it up. Back to Taylor. Now knocked long. Lomas pulls it down off the chest a little bit too far, but he manages to knock it back to a teammate, and it's out off of the battery defender. And it'll be a throw-in along the far side for North Carolina FC here in minute 19. North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery in the Southern Derby, leg one between these two. North Carolina FC has never lost the Southern Derby trophy.
That's right, and the Oak City supporters hold on to that trophy right now, James.
Supporter-sponsored derby competition between the Battery, Charleston, or the Charlotte Independents, and North Carolina FC. out for a goal kick here is Tambakis. You get a look at the Greek man there as he plays it out. Brotherton imagining an attack as he slides it back to Tambakis. And now over onto the right side it goes for Comcia. Up from McCabe.
Interesting fact about Tambakis. I was talking to the goalkeeper coach, Nick Platter, and he said that Tambakis was the first signing for Atlanta United when they were putting their program together, and actually spent some time on loan at Charleston. Talented goalkeeper. He did a great job for North Carolina last year and really earned and deserved the start this year.
Right back in the net for Dave Sarakin. Lewis has it blocked in the defense as Deleu's got a foot up. Guillen there lurking as well, and the ball goes out for a throw for the Battery. Looking for a long throw here. Try to get it into the box, see if they can't create something. Tossed all the way, and Tambakis just reaches up and snags it.
Well, as a goalkeeper, you definitely have an advantage by using your hands, but sometimes it's not as easy as it looks, man. He just had players just all over him, but he was able to get up and catch that ball at its highest point. Great work from the goalkeeper there.
McCabe knocked it back for Comcia, and quickly poked over to Deleuze, who will give it up to Brotherton, who's got some time and green grass in front of him. Headed up by Piggott on the deflection. Woodbine will head it back to his keeper as Kuzminski controls for the Battery here in minute 21. Outlet over to Joe Bolt, who's got it now. He'll drop it back for Candela. He'll slip it all the way back for Leland Archer.
As you mentioned, James, really Charleston just trying to maintain possession here and wait for that opportunity to maybe split through the back four of Carolina, not giving the ball away. There's so much space in the midfield right now that they're not picking up, and North Carolina just needs to take advantage of that.
Yeah, Von Tessen really has not been able to get any type of possession established up top. They really haven't been able to feed a ball to him, as we see one played here. And North Carolina FC in position really to clean it up, although they give up the foul there. They're giving up a lot of size to Von Tessen. You would think that they might be able to attack aerially and try to establish some type of possession.
Well, and you can see what they're doing. Van Tessen is playing with his back to the goal, just really that holding player, really trying to get the flick-ons to work, maybe even have players like Zico Lewis come around him, and it's just not working yet for Charleston.
This one played out by Woodbine. And it'll be a goal kick for North Carolina FC as the Oak City supporters toss it back out. If you've never taken in a soccer match with the Oak City supporters, encourage you to get out and enjoy it. It's a fun time.
Yes, it certainly is.
Lots of drums, singing, dancing. And
bring your singing voice and your drum.
Bring your singing voice and your drum. That's absolutely true when you sit with the supporters. Brotherton with it here on the near side, and he'll slip it back for McKay. Now over it goes for Comcia. The Canadian national flipping it up for DJ Taylor on that right side, and he'll slip it back in for Deleuze. He's got Guillen on this near side as he switches it over. Guillen with the left, up for Spies, turns towards goal, gets it to Lomas, back towards goal, and he'll slip it along the ground. Kuzminski in good position the whole time. Lomas unable to get much on it, but a good attack again. Comes up short for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, and I also want to compliment Awolo on that, because he was the one that saw that Spies needed to come into the space, so he vacated the space, took a defender with him, which opened up the space for Spies there, and he was able to lay it off to Lomas.
Lomas picks it off, but Bolt is able to corral it back for the Battery. Long ball up for Von Tessen, who puts the heel on it, trying to get it along the ground to the hard charging Rittmeyer, and North Carolina FC recovers it back. Miller up for Lomas. Spees flips it up, trying to get Miller on the end of it in the box. And coming over to clean it up was Mueller. Now back to Bolt. Archer played it forward, trying to get it to Lewis. The Lewis will collect it for North Carolina FC and drop it all the way back to Tambakis.
Of course, there's the leader of North Carolina FC. When he senses danger, when he feels the pressure, he just lays it back and allows North Carolina to reset. Smart move there.
Definitely a veteran player, understanding time and situation. Early going of what we expect to be a defensive battle between Charleston and North Carolina FC. Brotherton will play catch with McCabe. He'll switch it over to DJ Taylor on the far side. And he'll drop it back into the defense. DeLuz will switch it near side to Brotherton. He'll push it up for Iwalo. Offside against Iwalo. Just a half step, but that's all it took.
Yeah, that's really all it takes, and you see how the space can get bunched up there with North Carolina FC. They really cannot go to the same space together. Awolo and Lomis were there together. Of course, it caused the offsides.
26th minute. North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery still scoreless here in USL Championship play. Neither team beaten yet, but North Carolina FC, the only team in the Eastern Division of the USL Championship that's also untied.
It's been a great start.
Giveaway early, and off the post, cleaned up. Tambakis let it slide by as Lewis with a dangerous opportunity there for the Battery as he turned the ball over off the free kick, quick restart. And here comes North Carolina FC, Stephen Miller. Now Taylor into the middle for McCabe. DeLuz as Charleston scrambles back. Now Guillen. And North Carolina FC will send it back and regroup.
Well, that was almost disaster. I didn't even get a chance to see what happened, how quickly that play turned out. But then look at the speed from DJ Taylor on the outside to really hit him on the counterattack and almost provide an opportunity.
So North Carolina FC survives a shot off the post from Zico Lewis off the turnover on the quick restart. And now everybody with their heart in their throat just a little bit, at least for the guys in blue. We'll try to settle it back down and settle into this match, as we did expect quite a defensive battle, and you don't want to give up a cheap goal to Charleston, who've proved tough defensively here so far tonight, tough to crack.
When we talked about the high pressure from Charleston on the back four, and after a while, that high pressure is really starting to show here on the back four of Carolina. Almost led to a goal there for Charleston.
The Oak City supporters getting into it a little bit more, trying to urge their team on, urge them forward here as Taylor takes it in along the far side in midfield. Dropping it back for Comcia. And they'll switch it over to Brotherton. Nothing doing on the right. So they'll see the left side here as McCabe takes it in. Right in the center of the park. Dancing with it as DJ Taylor and McCabe not on the same page there, and the ball out for a Charleston Battery throw-in.
No, and I think several players are looking at him right now and saying, here we're going to get a chance to see this crazy play.
So a quick restart there and just a straight-up giveaway. Here's Lewis right off the post. And Guillen there to clean it up for North Carolina FC. Very fortunate not to be down 1-0 after that quick restart.
Yeah, and the quick restart can sometimes backfire, James. You almost saw it there.
Here's Taylor over for DeLuz. Flipped into space. Spees can't get on the end of it, and Woodbine nearly with a run out. Brotherton comes over and blasts it away out for a Charleston Battery throw-in. Fans follow North Carolina FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at espnplus.com. Long throw up for Svantessen. Shoves Guillen from behind, and it'll be a foul call.
Well, and you're right, James. We really have not called Svantessen's number or his name ever since that first 2 minutes of the first half. He's almost just gone invisible.
You have to imagine for Coach Anhauser and the Charleston Battery, they want to get the ball played forward to him and try to hold it up and see if Lewis can't run underneath that held up ball and create some type of opportunity forward.
And with so many talented players like Zico and, of course, Piggott, you really need that player to hold that ball up for him.
Spies gives it away. Tried to get it back, but he fouled Von Schaik and draws a free kick for the Battery.
There you're going to see it. Spies ball just rolls over the top of his foot, and then he knows he's beaten, so he's got to get this one and takes him down.
Spies has had some dangerous moments here early for North Carolina FC, but still nothing towards the frame for North Carolina FC so far today. As Piggott lays it over for Von Schaik, and it's a giveaway. Spies up for Lomas, who can't hold it up. Von Schaik send it up for Lewis. Now over to Woodbine on the right side. He'll try to cross it in, knocked off again. Now the left foot cross comes in, headed out by Brotherton. Long run for Spies. He tried to chip it forward, and Lomas can't get there. As now Candela will flip it over to Bolt on the left side.
Good work from NCFC, just holding the lines there, not allowing those balls to get through the center, and almost hit him on the counterattack again.
Up for Guillen, he's got time and space. Hiwalo with a run down the left side. Tried to slip it over to him, and now he'll just blast it back for Deleuze. Deleuze on his right foot, played it forward. Spies take it down from behind, got it up to Hiwalo, and just behind Lomas. Has nice build up there from North Carolina FC, but the final pass unable to connect. Candela headed over, and Miller takes it in. Deleuze lays it up for Spies, crossed into the box. Lomas tried to chip the keeper, and it just went over the bar. As Spies laid a beautiful ball over onto the right side, Marios Lomas tried to one-time chip it over the keeper, and Kuzminski too tall.
Well, look at that. Austin Deleuze plays Spies open. He one-times it right through the defender, and Lomas is there. He just can't get it to sit down, and it just hits over the goal.
Difficult opportunity, a couple of one-time options there from North Carolina FC, but nice build-up once again for the guys in blue. Here in minute 33, we're still scoreless, 0-0. As Lomas has it knocked away from him by Archer. Over along the near side, Woodbine deflected off of Hiwalo and out for a Battery throw. Woodbine taking his time with it. It'll be a long throw. Svantessen flicked off of Brotherton, who held his ground well. And it's out for a corner kick. Second corner opportunity coming up here for the Charleston Battery as they'll send the 6'6" Svantessen in, and Piggott will come over to take it along the near side.
Well, surprising how good Svantessen is with the ball at his feet like that. He's so tall, but he's very talented with the ball at his feet there. Wins a corner kick for the Battery. Actually
going to be Zico Lewis coming over to take it with that left foot. It'll be an in-swinging corner from the near side. As Elvis Osmanovic wants to have a little talk with some jockeying going on in the 6-yard box. Lewis standing over it. The left-footed boot sent in. Tambakis is there on the back post, and he cleans it up for North Carolina FC.
And that's what you need as a goalkeeper. You need him to come in there and really just command the box. Anything inside the 6-yard box should really be him, and great job there from Tambakis.
Guillen on the near side. He's got some space. Played it into Deleuze. And he'll take some ground. Up for DJ Taylor on the right side. Back to Deleuze. Slipped it up to Miller. On the run, over to DJ Taylor, trying to get to the goal line. He'll cross it into the box, rolls low along the ground, and it's chipped out by Candela. Now back into the box, headed forward, and Iwalo just missed the frame as he flicked it on. Another great effort there from North Carolina FC, and Donovan Iwalo just missed.
Well, Iwalo didn't get it on the first try here, but look at this ball played in. Deleuze just lifts this thing in right to the head of Iwalo, and he just misses that far corner post. Great work by NCFC just getting past the defense there. Iwalo just missed it.
Brotherton skies high to knock it forward for North Carolina FC as we return to live action. Here's Von Schenk. Up for Svantesson, picked off. And up for Lomas. He'll circle back on it. Spies with the run. He's in behind the defense. Working against Archer. Trying to get to the goal line, chipped it. And Kuzminski there all day.
Spies did a great job of just keeping that play going. There was no North Carolina players back there with him. He was trying to hold it up just to get someone, and Iwalo was coming, but not fast enough.
Long run there for Iwalo to get involved in that play as the turnover happened very quickly. Mueller over for Archer now. And he'll slip it up to Jay Bolt. Now it goes up the left side to Rittmeyer. Svantesson. And Lewis keeping it going here for the Battery. Candela with a nice move in the middle of the park. And a poor touch, poor pass. As he goes out for a throw in, he had some time and space and just mishit it.
They did. They were trying to use the other side of the field. They said everything gone down the right-hand side for Charleston tonight. And maybe that's the reason. Just couldn't get a first touch on it.
Giveaway by North Carolina FC. Pickett gets it up for Svantesson. Blasts away with the right. And Tambakis diving, knocks it out. And it's going to be another corner kick for the Charleston Battery here. Third corner coming for the Battery, and we get a look at it here.
For a big man, look how quick he can turn on that ball, and he just lasers this thing just short of that post there, and Tambakis had it covered.
Taking their time as Lewis will come over to line up another corner. Should be another in-swinging corner with that left foot for Zico Lewis. Here it goes towards the back post, headed away forcefully. I believe that was Brotherton. Got a head on it for North Carolina FC, and it's out for another corner.
And great work from Brotherton just to track that ball. There were so many Charleston players right around it, but he saw it, he tracked it, and was able to get rid of it.
Looks like Piggott will be going over to take this one on the far side. It'll be another in-swinger, right-footed boot this time coming from the Battery. Romario Piggott will blast this one in. Dropping in just on the edge of the 6. Tambakis diving save off the head of Jared Von Schenk.
Great work there from the goalkeeper. He just stayed on his line. Sometimes you just know when to stay on that line, and the header came in, it bounced, and wound up being an easy save there for Tambakis.
We have a free header there. Put it on frame. But Deleuze there sliding to steal it away from Zico Lewis, who looked to be headed the other way in a hurry. And Deleuze will send it over to DJ Taylor on the far side as North Carolina FC tries to tilt the field back in their favor. Crossed in, too far for Lomas. Headed dangerously towards Kuzminski.
Well, you don't want that as a goalkeeper. That thing goes over your head. You were in absolute no man's land, and Woodbine headed it right to him there.
Woodbine and Mueller both saying thank you to their keeper for covering them on that one. Difficult ball for him. Had to change direction quickly. as Guillen knocks it forward for Lomas. He's onside. No, he's not.
Yeah, the flag went up late on that one. I think Charleston did a good job of just seeing where Lomas was and stepping up to pull him off sides, and the flag went up.
So 40th minute, 0-0 between North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for North Carolina FC and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus get reminders on North Carolina FC's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Mueller deflect high in the air, and a battle ongoing here in the middle of the park as McCabe flicks it forward. Spies called for the foul as he took Vincenzo Candela off his pegs, and it'll be a free kick for the Battery.
Just a little undercut there, and it'll be a free kick here for Charleston.
Taylor Mueller will take it. Sent long. Looking for Svantesson. And knocked away by Brotherton. Out for a throw-in for the Battery.
And Von Tessen does his job there for Charleston, just wins that first header and puts it in position for his team, but then good defensive work there from Carolina.
You get a look at Dave Sarakin there on the North Carolina FC bench. Shaking his head a little bit, wondering what they need to do to crack this Charleston Battery back four. It's going to take a moment of creativity and quality to get behind this back four tonight.
Well, and you've seen that creativity with Spies and Iwolo going up front and Lomas, and it just hasn't happened enough in the first half.
Quickly blasted up toward Spies, and now over for Guillen. He hauls it in with the left foot. Manages to get around Woodbine, but goes down, and he's grabbing his right ankle as the Battery will play it out. And it's still not out, actually. The ball's still live on the far side. And now the training staff coming out as play stopped to check on Aaron Guillen, who goes down in a heap after a little challenge from Woodbine.
You see it, he just tried to hold on to the ball here and just got clipped. Looked where the ball was first and then went down. So
he started to try and continue, but it was that right leg that he reached for, as they just get tangled up there on the challenge. Really no malice in that challenge at all, just playing for the ball, but Guillen goes down and reaches for that right ankle. As you see the training staff out to check on him, and here in the 42nd minute of a scoreless Southern Derby game between North Carolina FC and Charleston Battery, we've got an injury time stoppage for Guillen. It's a nice round of applause from the faithful here at Salem Stadium in Wake Med Soccer Park, as Woodbine gives him a little hand there on the way out. Good sportsmanship between those two.
Yeah, as you said, there was no malice in the tackle or in the collision. It just might have hit his ankle funny.
Looks like he may be able to return pretty quickly as they drop it off for North Carolina FC, and Iwalo will blast it out. And it'll be out for a Charleston Battery throw-in. Guillen waiting to come back in, and he's waved back in by the center official. And now over for Bolt, Battery, trying to chip it forward. Flicked forward by Rittmeyer, and Bolt gets on the end of it, taking on DJ Taylor, and it's played out for a Battery throw.
Great work from DJ Taylor there, just to stay in front of Bolt, not allow him to get around, and he still won the throw in there.
Miscommunication there in the tight quarters on the far side, and it's out for a North Carolina FC throw. So Taylor coming for the throw in here. Dropping it in, headed forward. And Lewis flicks it on. Svantesson trying to get on the end of it, and he'll get it back to Lewis. Heavy touch over here, but Woodbine tracks it down and it rolls out of bounds. Almost held it in to continue developing that dangerous attack for the Charleston battery. Brotherton will blast it up to Deleuze, who chips it back to Tambakis. And he'll play one long as Miller can't keep the possession on the right side. Von Schaik turns on it for the battery, assesses and drops it back to Archer.
And that first touch for Miller just let him down. Now Charleston gets possession back late here in the first half.
Long ball headed forward by Guillen. Off the head of Candela, and Malomas trying to chip it around a defender. And here comes Stephen Miller on the run into the edge of the box, blasts it low. And Kuzminski goes down to scoop it. And quickly restarted by the battery. Taken away again by Miller. And now here's North Carolina FC, drops it to Spies. Flicked it on, Miller sliding into the box. Can't stay on his feet. And the ball played out now as Bolt gives chase, and the battery will track it down in the far side corner. Bolt just blasts it forward. Deleuze heads it forward, taken down by Candela as we've reached added time here in the first half. It's Piggott crossing all the way over to the left side here for the battery, and here they come in a hurry. Deleuze gives chase back, takes down Piggott, and we're going to see a card to Austin Deleuze, shown to the captain.
I'll tell you, Piggott had a whole lot of speed coming forward, and Deleuze really just wanted to slow him down there. Of course, a professional foul, but he gets the yellow card for this. Carolina had 2 good looks at it on the other side before the counterattack from Charleston.
So yellow shown to the captain as we get another look at it here. Professional foul, as you said there, John, just trying to slow him down just a touch as he was coming full steam for Alex Comcia. Two minutes was the indication of an additional time here in the first half. We're already through a minute of it. And maybe with the extended delay on this foul, might see a little extra.
Correction on the yellow card, number 6, Austin Deleuze from the TFC.
Candela sends it in towards the back post and headed into the Oak City supporters.
Well, Candela played a great ball, just nobody there at the far post, just a little bit too far in front there for Charleston.
Mueller giving chase and just couldn't track it down. Long way to go for the captain, Mueller. See him playing with that cast on his left hand. As Tambakis sends one long here for North Carolina FC. Deleuze can't get ahead on it, and Piggott tried to get it forward. Miller chipped it up to Spies. He controls, sends it over for Iwalo, who's got on to the ball here on the left side if he can get around Woodbine. Chipped it back to Guillen. Into the middle for Deleuze. Now back to Guillen. Guillen switches it over now for Comcia. Now DJ Taylor. And that will do it for the first half. North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery still scoreless from Salem Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park. Led one of the Southern Derby between these two. And we're scoreless at halftime. When we come back, we'll give you some first half highlights and recap, as well as a look at the USL's brand new League One. That's all coming up at halftime. North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery still scoreless here from Cary.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Back on the road. Back in the saddle. Back to the land. Back in the game. Back in the swing of things. Back in the groove. WakeMed Orthopedics, the exceptional care you need to get back your life.
Welcome back inside Stalemate Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park, where North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery are still scoreless at halftime here in the early part of the USL Championship season. Hello, everybody. I'm James Alverson alongside John Bouye. And, John, so far tonight, really the story has been defensively for the Charleston Battery completely solid. North Carolina FC's had a couple of moments where they looked shaky with some turnovers, but they've managed to keep Charleston off the scoreboard, and we're still 0-0.
Yeah, and Charleston has done a great job. They played a high back line that won't allow Lomis to really get behind. But you love the link-up play with Ben Spees, Ewolo on this left-hand side, and especially Lomis just kind of trying to find the space in there. But Charleston has not given him an opportunity to get inside the 18 and really make some efforts. And, of course, on the other side, it's been the right-hand side of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Woodbine's had a nice day attacking, getting forward, but really Piggott has been phenomenal for Charleston, probably their best player there in the first half. If they're going to get something going forward, John, I think they really have to get Svantesson involved in the attack, get him to hold some balls up for them in the attacking third.
He's such a big player. He's such a great player with his back to the net, just holding up that ball, and Piggott is such a speedy player that can push through. So much talent. Zico Lewis as well is trying to get around, but you've got to get Van Tessen going to hold up that ball.
And so far, nothing doing on either side. As you look at North Carolina FC's upcoming schedule, let's take a look at it here as you get a great look at WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium. Memphis 901 FC coming up on the 6th. That'll be next Saturday, 7 o'clock right here at WakeMed Soccer Park. And then a couple on the road, Atlanta United 2 and the Charlotte Independence, which will be another leg of this Southern Derby that we're playing here tonight. As the Hartford Athletic will come to WakeMed Soccer Park on April 27th. And then, of course, at the Indy 11 to start the month of May. Let's take a look at the Charleston Battery's next 5 coming up. Another Southern Derby battle for them as they'll take on the Charlotte Independence at home on the 7th, next Sunday, 3:30. And then the 13th, they'll travel to Bethlehem Steel FC. Then they'll host Nashville SC, of course, at Memphis 901. And then the Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. As we take a nice look at the crowd here tonight, Oak City supporters have been in full throat, and you get a couple of guys taking in some of the concession options here at Salem Stadium and WakeMed Soccer Park. But now let's take a look at this spotlight from the USL Productions as South Georgia Tormenta FC beat Greenville Triumph SC 1-0 to open the USL League One season. So let's take a look at this spotlight from USL Productions on the brand new USL League One. Exciting times in the United Soccer League with the start of Division III, USL League One. And they got underway last night with South Georgia knocking out Greenville 1-0. And back here at WakeMed Soccer Park at Salem Stadium in the championship division, it's North Carolina FC and Charleston Battery 0-0. John, let's take a look at the standings here in the Eastern Division of the USL Championship. As we take a look, St. Louis FC on top of the table with 10 points. They've got 3 wins and a draw, so starting off really well for St. Louis. New York Red Bulls and Tampa Bay Rowdies right on their heels with 7 points. And then, of course, there's North Carolina FC, the only team unbeaten and untied in the Eastern Division.
Yeah, it's good to see him up there at the top of the table, but as you said, St. Louis FC really having a great start to the season so far.
3-0-1, nothing to sneeze at, and the New York Red Bulls are right on their heels there, 2-0-1, along with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Of course, let's take a look at some of the scores from around the league tonight. A couple underway. St. Louis FC victorious earlier today over the Charlotte Independents, who are 0-3-1 to start the season. Tough start for Charlotte, but we'll see if those folks on the other side of the state can get started off on the right foot next week when they take on the Charleston Battery. Indy 11 are 1-0 winners, are leading 1-0 over the Hartford Athletic, who are in last place here in the East Division. Bethlehem Steel and Pittsburgh Riverhounds, 23rd minute, 1-1 there. And of course, Tampa Bay Rowdies and Loudoun County FC 0-0 in the 23rd minute. Louisville City FC and the Birmingham Legion are in a rain delay right now, so no score from that one. Of course, here at WakeMed Soccer Park and Salem Stadium, 0-0 between North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery here in the Southern Derby. We've got some highlights for you coming up on the other side of the break. Stick around.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Back on the road. Back in the saddle. Back to the land. Back in the game. Back in the swing of things. Back in the groove. WakeMed Orthopedics, the exceptional care you need to get back your life.
North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery still scoreless here at the half at Salem Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. Beautiful early spring night, nice breezy night here in the Triangle as North Carolina FC hosts their Southern Derby rivals Charleston Battery. And let's take a look at the first half highlights. And for the first half highlights, take it away, John Bouillet.
Well, and kind of both teams had some early chances, but look at you here, just a quick restart by Duluth, and Piggott gets on the end of this ball and takes a shot. It hits the post, but you just even didn't get a chance to see what happened there. I'm sorry, that was Zico Lewis that happened. Now look at Austin Duluth here, play the ball to Speeds one time into the path of Lomis, but he just can't get down on it and just can't get anything. It sails over the top of the goal. That was Carolina's best chance in the first half.
Absolutely. North Carolina FC's best chance here, as you see Miller get to the end line, trying to cross it into the box. Nothing doing here, but chip right back in, and Iwalo just laced it wide off the head as you get another look at this beautiful ball played in by Austin DeLuz. It's actually his weaker foot, that right foot, but it didn't look it there as Iwalo just slipped it wide, and then you get another look at North Carolina FC with a turnover here.
Yeah, and a couple of turnovers in the back could have cost Carolina. Here's a quick shot by Van Tessen. Good shot there, but Tambakis had it covered. He did a great job in the first half, really winning a lot of corners as well.
Here a save by Tambakis off the head of Von Schaik, and Tambakis diving to cover that one up off of the corner, one of 4 corners for the Charleston Battery in the first half. Let's take a look at those first half highlights. The most important thing, still 0-0 as you look at the goal line up there on the top, but shots are 5-4 in favor of Carolina, but only 2 on target for North Carolina FC, 1 on target, that header by Von Schaik that you saw from the Charleston Battery. North Carolina FC has dominated the possession, John.
Yeah, and you'd really like to see him do more with the possession. The midfield is just wide open for players like DeLuz and Spies. They have 1, 2, 3 touches before they even see a Charleston jersey. They've got to take advantage of that here in the second half.
And you just wonder what kind of substitution may come in and shake up this game here in the second half as we start to look towards the managers to make a little bit of an impact here in the second half with maybe a substitution off the bench, as the Charleston Battery will start things off here with the possession in the second half as they'll travel from right to left across your screen, and North Carolina FC from left to right into the wind here in the second half. Ball blasted long, looking for Von Tessen, gets in behind Taylor, and it's Rittmeyer chasing it down into the near side corner, and the ball out for a goal kick.
Such a talented player, Nico Rittmeyer, but you really didn't get a chance to hear a lot from him in the first half because everything had gone down the other side of the field for Charleston. I'm sure Mike Anheuser talked to his team about that, really utilizing both sides of the field and especially the width of the field with speed that they have like Piggott and everyone else.
Tambakis will send it long into the wind as you see it hang up there again. Miller skies high, but he knocks Rittmeyer off his pegs. And he's called for the foul, and it'll be a free kick for the Battery. Ball laced up now. Lewis steps on it, double teamed in the corner. He's going to try to turn off the heel and take it away by North Carolina FC. Blasted only as far as Bolt, who will send it back now for Archer. Now over for Mueller. Captain on it. Sending it over to the right side. It's Woodbine. Up the right sideline. Gets past Iwalo. Into the box. It's Piggott turning. Chipped across. Nobody home as it goes right in front of the penalty spot. Stepped on. Chipped in by Rittmeyer. Bicycle kick attempt from Piggott, and it's out for a goal kick. Nice idea. Probably the right idea, just not executed.
Well, and if you go back to this, you look here, you see the play. And this ball is going to be whipped into Piggott, and he tries to get a little bicycle on it and just misses it. But right before that, he had a lot of space as he was entering into the 18 and just elected to play a ball where there was not a Charleston jersey, and dangerous for North Carolina because now Charleston are really showing some pressure and trying to get inside the 18.
They're certainly pressing forward here to start this second half. And North Carolina FC got to find some quality in the final third if they're going to put one behind Joe Kuzminski and the Charleston Battery here tonight. Bolt challenged by Miller, and he'll drop it back for Archer. Woodbine with it. Chipped it in for Candela, who quickly knocked it back for Mueller. Now high pressure. North Carolina FC made them play it maybe a beat too early, and it's turned over, and it'll be a North Carolina FC throw-in along the near side.
Well, it worked for Charleston in the first half, and Saracens come out and said, you know, let's really pressure the back four here at Charleston and see if we can make something happen.
Comcia. Now Taylor. Over he goes for Miller. Chip forward into the edge of the box. Miller has it knocked away from him by Archer, and it'll be the first corner of the night for North Carolina FC.
But Stephen Miller's such a talented player. You mentioned as he moved from right back up to that midfield position, it's really given him an opportunity to run a little bit more free in the field. And with DJ Taylor coming into his own and right back, it's been such a great move for NCFC.
Spies standing over it. He'll take a right-footed boot. It'll be an out-swinging corner for North Carolina FC from the near side. Sent in, headed off of Lomas. Archer clears it. Ian gives chase. And now he'll send the ball back in, blasting it towards the near side post, headed up by Bolt. Knocked away from Spies. Now here's Taylor, gives it back to Ben Spies. He'll cross one into the box. Just over the head of Brotherton. And Taylor, or excuse me, that was Iwalo. They had the ball deflected off a defender, and now DeLuz will settle it for North Carolina FC. DeLuz over now for Spies.
Now Carolina really using the width of the field. Taylor right here on the end line for Carolina.
Taylor, dangerous, gets it up for Spies. Taylor with the left foot just wide. As he poked it with that left foot, the swinger knocks it wide for DJ Taylor. And in the 50th minute, we're still scoreless.
Well, and Spies just sets up right there at the top of the 18 and feels the pressure and lays it off to Taylor. He doesn't get it and hit it true and completely there, but he still gets enough on it to get a shot on goal.
Yeah, he would have rather that be on his right foot for sure, but the lefty still did a pretty decent job putting it towards goal, but not quite on frame. And now North Carolina FC will try to fend off this attack off the goal kick. Lewis gives it up now for Redmeyer. He'll switch the play over to Woodbine on the right side. He's got all kinds of time and space. Iwalo running over quickly, knocked away by Guillen. Did a great job getting a left foot up and knocking that one out of the air. Woodbine blasts it wide, and it's out for a goal kick here as Charleston quickly with a little build-up there, John.
Yeah, Woodbine is such an attacking defender from the back for Charleston. He loves to join the attack as they come forward there. And there he just saw an opportunity, a nice little volley. Why not give it a shot? He hit it pretty well, but just off the frame.
North Carolina FC starting on their own end, trying to build it up out of the back. Knocked along, Lomas. Nice battle. And he'll win a free kick for North Carolina FC. Who's up, who's down? Where did your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com.
If a goal is scored on any Alpaca free kick.
There's DeLuz dropping it back now to his midfield mate McCabe, and then back into the defense it goes for Comcia and Brotherton. Now back to Comcia. McCabe with it as Lewis gives chase. Sent it long, pulled down off the chest of Bolt. And they'll play catch in the near side. Flipped long. Van Tessen trying to get in on that action. And he flipped it out. And it'll be a Charleston Battery throw-in.
Comcia wanted a whistle there as the boot from Van Tessen got really up in the face of Comcia, but referee said it'll just be a throw-in.
Conversation here between Bolt and fourth official, Colin Little. Throw headed forward by Taylor, off the head of Spies, trying to flick it on, and picked off by Candela. Now over for Mueller. He'll step on it, send it back over to Archer on the near side. Brotherton clears that away, but only as far as Candela. Off the outside of the boot, Van Tessen trying to get on it. Doing battle with Brotherton. He'll play it forward. Picked off there by Candela. He'll roll over it, trying to get around DeLuz, who goes down, but it's out off of the battery as Candela lost it. Couldn't quite control it along the sideline, and North Carolina FC will have a throw-in.
Well, and good work from Brotherton there just to keep Van Tessen out of the 18. He really was just pushing him out wide and was able to just get some support there and win the throw-in.
Brotherton with that left foot hacks one long, and Archer with a bad touch here. Bolt comes back to clean it up for him. Miller giving chase all the way back to Kuzminski, who will send it long. Headed up by Brotherton. Lomas trying to win position. Ball off a hand, no call. DeLuz steps on it, does some nice work in tight space, and he wins a free kick for North Carolina FC.
And way to hold that ball up in the midfield there for Austin DeLuz, just to let his players get in front of him there, and had it Miller on the outside, but he got called a foul.
DeLuz knocking it up for Iwalo. And out of play for a Charleston Battery throw. Flicked on, back to Brotherton. Guillen will clean it up all the way back to Tambakis. Lets it roll. Von Schaik wins the header for Charleston. And now Bolt on it along the near side. Step over, edge of the box, curling one toward the back post. Never challenging the keeper, and it's out for a goal kick.
Well, and Van Tessen was making a run there on that far post, but Bolt just played it behind him and just a little bit off there on the run.
So Tambakis blasts this one into the wind again. Keeps it low, and this one driving a little better than the last. As Miller takes it down, gives it away. Lewis will step on it and change direction. Slides it up now for Von Schaik. Edge of the box, curling it. Brotherton there to clean it up as he knocks it away, but only as far as Rittmeyer along the near side, and Charleston will regroup.
And if Von Schaik could have gotten that to Van Tessen, Charleston was up 1-0 in this game, but good work from NCSC just to stay there and keep the lines on defense.
Miller taken down by Von Schaik, and the official not allowing a quick restart. North Carolina will sit back and restart now in their own end. Taylor and Comcia will play catch and now send it back to Tambakis. McCabe.
Once again, Charleston with that high pressure, really just put pressure on the back four of Carolina, trying to get that mistake in the midfield.
Chipped up to Lomas, looking for a call, did not get it. Rittmeyer with some speed, they get tangled up as Von Schaik and Rittmeyer run into each other and disrupt that run. And now here's Miller with North Carolina FC with a chance to send something forward. Lomas did a nice job holding it up there, and now he gives it back to McCabe. Crossing it over to the left side. Guillen pulls it down off of his chest to DeLuz. Sent over for Lomas. Out of his reach. And Bolt will chase it down for a goal kick. Fans follow North Carolina FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today, ESPNplus.com.
But Carolina is really trying to play that top ball over the defender to get to Lomas, but it seems like they're missing a pass in the middle, James. They're trying to do everything in the air right over the top of the defense, and it's just not working.
Headed forward by Brotherton, and here's Iwalo. He's got a dangerous opportunity here. Plays it off for Spees. He's into the edge of the box. Trying to pick out a pass. Low along the ground. Blasted out by Candela, and it'll be a corner kick for North Carolina FC here in the 59th minute.
Great work from Iwalo there just to keep the pace of the ball going there. He finds Spees out of the vision of the corner of his eye. Spees just can't get around the defender, but he still gets across it and just earns enough for the corner kick.
Iwalo making a nice run towards that near side post, trying to make himself available to Spees, who was running out of real estate. Spees standing over it. It'll be an out swinging corner with his right foot from this near side as he sends it in, headed out by Bolt. Now Miller trying to send it in. Brotherton goes up, collides with Iwalo, and it'll be a goal kick.
Well, it's a great ball by Miller. A lot of blue jerseys there in the 18, and Brotherton was one of them. Just couldn't get his head on it.
Kuzminski really hasn't had to make a save so far tonight, John.
No, I'm going back and just thinking about maybe a couple of shots that went wide, but other than that, he's really not been busy.
Ball knocked forward by Comcia. Long run for Lomas. Bolt gets there first, shields him off, and sends it back to Archer. Good work from Jay Bolt along the near side. North Carolina FC will settle it down as DJ Taylor pulls it down with his right foot. Deleuze over now for Brotherton. The New Zealander give it up now for Guillen on that left side. And he drop it right back to him. Brotherton gives it back to McCabe, now over to Comcia. It's Deleuze trying to slip it up, and it's picked off. Brotherton runs up, cleans that up, and sends it up to Marios Lomas. Lomas gives it up to Taylor on the near side, trying to build something here for North Carolina FC. As Deleuze gives it back to McCabe. McCabe looking for options. Brotherton over to Spees. Now on the left side, it's Guillen. Back to Spees. Deleuze chipped around the defender, and a nice sliding play to save it by Stephen Miller.
Miller looked like he was going to lose it right there at the top of the 18, but won the ball back here.
Here's Taylor. Step over. Crossed into the box, just too far for Iwalo. It only comes out as far as Guillen. He gives it up to Deleuze on that left foot. Blasts away, and it's deflected by Candela. And out for a North Carolina FC throw.
Well, and Deleuze had one thing on his mind right there, and he's so good right there at the top of the 18. Candela did a good job to get his body in front of that.
Ball blasted toward the back post. Bowl alertly let it go with no one making the run for North Carolina FC, and it's out for a goal kick.
Get the feeling, James, that that goal is coming any minute now.
On one side or the other, John, as both teams have shown a propensity to be able to make some high-pressure attacks and potentially turn the other team over. We could see a quick goal one way or the other. Here's Rittmeyer on it. DJ Taylor giving chase. Played out, and it is a goal kick for North Carolina FC.
Man, DJ Taylor is so good in the one-on-one game against any striker out there because his speed, as soon as that striker tries to get around him, he can run with him the whole way and then just watch the ball shepherd it out.
And able to change direction quickly. He might be backpedaling. He's able to flip those hips around and keep his speed going. Impressive right back for North Carolina FC. Here's Stephen Miller. Loses it on the near side as Rittmeyer comes back to clean it up, and Bolt blasts away. Looking for Svantessen. Deleuze can't win the possession from Lewis. Candela sends it over to Woodbine. Piggott working inside. Now he'll work back towards the outside and pick it up as he'll curl back into the middle here for the battery. Lewis sends it over to Bolt along the near side. He'll drop it back now for Von Schaik. Lewis chipped it along, Piggott, and taken away before Svantessen can get there by Comcia, and Miller is absolutely throttled by Von Schaik. Looked like a pretty clean tackle. He got the ball first, but a tough tackle.
Yeah, just a physical tackle here. Look at this collision. He got the ball first, and a whole lot of Miller after that.
Miller working on it with the trying to walk it off here, as you see on the near side. McCabe, as now Candela is down for the battery, and he'll hop back up, try to walk it off. Rittmeyer will send it over in for Lewis, who will drop it back to Bolt. And now over for Archer in the defense. In the 64th minute, we're scoreless. Archer will switch it back over to the right side. Mueller with it now. Long ball up. Gets it to Woodbine. Can he hold it in? Yes, he does. Trying to get around a man to the edge of the box, and coming back to clean it up is the captain, Austin DeLuz. Lomas has it shielded away from him by Mueller, and now over to Bolt on this near side from Archer. And Archer will get it back.
And both teams look really stretched right now, just really using the width of the field, trying to keep that possession and see if something can happen over the top or the back four. And it might be substitution time, James.
Candela will send it over to Svantesson. Candela looking for something to do with it in the middle of the park, and he'll just end up dropping it back to Woodbine. Lewis, first touch, a little slow one, and he gets it over. Candela can't hold it, and it'll be a throw in for North Carolina FC. And I agree with you, John. Might be a sub that changes this game up. Manny Perez looks like he's going to be the first one off the bench for North Carolina FC.
And you want to talk about a talent here for North Carolina FC. Manny Perez, of course, signed with Celtic on loan back here to NCFC. A great career for 2 years at North Carolina State. Just a talented player to bring off the bench for Carolina.
Miller and Bolt collide. Bolt got the worst of it, and he goes down, and the ball back to North Carolina FC. DJ Taylor. Over now for DeLuz, who just gets it away from Svantesson. Brotherton looking to get it to Miller. Bolt will head it away. Rittmeyer tried to flick it on. McCabe corrals it for North Carolina FC. And here's Miller. Chipped on. Iwalo shoved down from behind. No call. As the keeper, Kuzminski, comes up to pick it off.
That would have been a hard follow to call there, James.
I don't know that Iwalo really had a shot at making a play on the ball there, as we'll get another look at it.
Here you see a quick ball just played through the middle. Miller sees it. Iwalo's there and just gets a little touch. And hey, why not, right?
Might as well have a try. And Donovan Iwalo, that was his last effort here tonight, as Manny Perez will come on for him here in the 67th minute of play.
Great night for Iwalo. You know, it wasn't exactly the same after he picked up that knock early on in the first half, but such a talented player for North Carolina, really makes things happen.
Manny Perez is on, and the Charleston Battery will have a free kick here in the attacking end as we start minute 68. DeLuz just blasts it back, and Charleston will have to build out of the back. Candela will give it up to Mueller on the far side. Chipped. Svantesson tries to bring it down. Guillen deflected it first. It pinballs back to Charleston. Von Schaik. And then back to Woodbine. Now into the middle for Lewis, as Lewis will turn and face. Sliding it, trying to get it past Guillen. It'll run out for a goal kick. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for North Carolina FC and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus get reminders on North Carolina FC's next match. Go to ESPN.com and click follow for your club. Coming up out of the back here, Comcia gets it up to Spees, who's had a pretty good night so far here tonight. Taylor, and it's Perez on it. His first touch. Now back to DeLuz. McCabe turns, switches it to the left side. Guillen. Aaron Guillen will give it up to Miller. Now back over to Guillen. Spees chipped it forward. Lomas giving chase, but Kuzminski off his line all the way out near the edge of the 18 to pick it up.
And there's that ball just played over the top, hoping that Lomis could do something with it, but just the possession and the service has not been great for him tonight.
Here's Lewis, full head of steam, gives it up to Svantesson, and he blasts it into the back of the net in the 70th minute, and he gives the Charleston Battery a 1-0 lead over North Carolina FC. Full head of steam for Zico Lewis, gives it up to Svantesson, and the right foot makes no mistake as he blasts it behind Tambakis to make it 1-0.
Well, they got hit on the counterattack, and look at the speed here. A nice play from Zico Lewis as he just takes on the defender, gets him to commit, finds Van Tessen, and Van Tessen just buries this thing in the back of the net past Tambakis. Van Tessen made no mistake on this, and it looks like, man, he just crushed that thing. Tambakis was in no man's land, and Carolina got hit on the counterattack.
Hit it hard and hit it low. He put it right in the middle of the net, and Tambakis had no chance with the ball hit that hard. As you see, the regiment very happy on the near side in the supporters section as they now lead 1-0 in the Southern Derby. Leg number 1. As Ian Svantesson with his second of the season here in the early going. Only the third game of the year for the Charleston Battery, and he's got number 2 on the campaign.
And you love what Zico Lewis did. He held on to the ball, drew the defender in. As soon as that defender committed, he laid that ball into the path of Van Tessen. An easy goal for him, but a great goal for Charleston on the road.
Miller gets tangled up with Woodbine on the far sideline there. Takes him down. It'll be a free kick for the Battery. So the substitution first by North Carolina FC, but the game-changing moment happens with Charleston Battery on the counter as Van Tessen puts the Battery up 1-0, and now North Carolina FC's got to chase it home here in the final 20 minutes. Manny Perez circling back, gives it up to DeLuz. Lomas is offside, and the Battery will take over.
And it just seems that North Carolina is just a little short of ideas, trying to play this long ball over the top to Lomis. They have so many talented players. We talked about the build-up play in the first half with Spees and now Awolo, who's not there, but Perez is completely capable of that. They got to keep the ball on the ground and try to push something forward.
So a long ball played forward. Svantesson flicked it on, and Comcia and Brotherton have to team up to win it away. Brotherton playing it away and playing it out. As you see, Lewis starting to get more and more involved in the attack for Charleston, and he's been dangerous tonight when he's been on the ball. Bolt with a long throw in, flicked on by Svantesson. And Tambakis will come over to pick it up.
And now Van Tessen knows his job. He knows he needs to hold that ball up for Charleston and keep that possession as much as he possibly can.
DeLuz drops it off for Comcia. Played up for Manny Perez, who does a nice job to hold it in after a tough first touch. Taylor working backwards as Bolt gives chase. Comcia. Brotherton on it now. Rolls it along for Guillen. He'll cut in. DeLuz looking down the left side. Now he'll switch to the right. Not a lot of movement from North Carolina FC right here. As Comcia will now pull it over on the right side. Here's Perez. Taylor gives it up to Perez. Has the ball tied up in his feet. Sent back now for Comcia. And now over it goes to Guillen. Guillen gives it back now to Brotherton. He'll give it up to McCabe. Perez chipped it around Bolt. Can he get a cross in? Flicked out by Archer, and it'll be a goal kick for North Carolina, or a corner kick rather for North Carolina. Actually going to be a throw. It stayed in all the way out, and it'll be a throw in deep in the end.
Here you see the electricity of Manny Perez. Look at this first touch. Great move with his hips just to get around that defender. Wins the throw in there.
Played up. Perez gives it up to Taylor on the overlapping run, deflected into the box, and Kuzminski off his line to pick it off out of the air over the head of his defender Archer. And here in the 74th minute, still nothing doing for North Carolina FC as they trail 1-0 to the Charleston Battery.
Well, you like to see the speedy Taylor on that overlap run right past Perez. Good work from North Carolina there.
Rittmeyer on it for Charleston, sends it back to Bolt. Bolt gives it up to Rittmeyer on the near side. He's got a little time and space. Taylor coming over off of his feet to take it away. So here's Bolt with a throw in for the Battery, deep. Lobs it in for Rittmeyer. Crossed in towards the box. Pinballs around. Comcias, Van Tassen still pinballing. And North Carolina FC will win the ball to safety. DeLuz taken down, and it'll be a free kick.
Well, that was dangerous again for Charleston. Van Tassen got in right around the 6-yard box. Comcia did a good job of clearing the line there. Hopefully you get a chance to see this one again. Ball just sits up, and here comes the big Van Tassen. But Comcia does a good job of just getting his foot in there and getting that ball out.
And Woodbine, the recipient, coolly pokes it back out for North Carolina FC, and they stay down 1-0 instead of dropping 2 down. Here's Manny Perez. Gives it back to Comcia.
I think one thing you'll get with a Dave Sarakin coach team, though, is they're not going to panic in this situation. They know they can score goals. They've seen it so far this year. They just need to keep according to the game plan.
Carolina FC unhappy with that call, as I believe it was Miller called for taking down the defender. Yep.
Just got caught up in his legs there.
So free kick for the Battery as they send it long. It'll come down to Brotherton, and he'll boot it back forward. Piggott. Candela gives it up to Van Schaik. Chipped up the sideline and out of play. And it'll be a throw in for North Carolina FC as we see another sub ready to come on. Looks like Robert Cristo already has a goal for North Carolina FC. Will be the next one off the bench.
Robbie Cristo is the NCFC version of Van Tassen on Charleston. He's a tall forward, likes to hold up the ball with his back to the goal, and really maybe can get something going for Carolina there.
6'4", 205. So definitely got the size to hold the ball up. And looks like there's going to be a second sub as well. Yamakani Chester for North Carolina FC, also waiting with the fourth official. Piggott goes down in a heap. And looks like a card shown to Brotherton in North Carolina FC.
Well, he did slide in and got the ball. Of course, the player, Piggott, went right over the top of him. That's where the look is by the fans and everything else, but he seems to be okay, and Brotherton goes into the book.
Stephen Miller for North Carolina FC going to come off, and it'll be Yamakani Chester coming off. Yamakani Chester coming in. Chester has one game played so far this year, and Marios Lomas coming off in favor of the big fellow Robert Christa.
78 going to play to number 3, Sam Brotherton.
Pinballs down. Van Tessen called for the push finally. North Carolina FC survives there in the 80th minute. Off that free kick that Piggott won on the yellow card from Brotherton. So Brotherton with it at his feet here. About 10, 11 minutes to go before we reach stoppage time. We'll see if any of the 3 substitutes can make an impact for Dave Sarakin and North Carolina FC. Speed sends it up for Manny Perez, who's into the edge of the 18, taken down, no call. He gets back up, fighting for the ball. Speed's taken down, still no call. And Dave Sarakin up off the bench is livid.
Well, somebody's wrong. Either they were dives or they're penalties. You have to look at it that way. The referee, no call here on either one of them, shakes his hand. Look at Perez, how quickly he turns on that. I don't think that was a call. And here comes the second one with Spees.
Definitely looked like he might have got the back foot there.
Yeah. The referee's got the heart.
There's a call somewhere. Yeah, that's a tough place to be for sure. He had a better look at it than we did.
Of course, the Charleston players, they're asking for yellow cards for both of the players. Yeah.
There's got to be a call there one way or the other, I think. But 81st minute, Charleston up 1-0, and North Carolina FC trying to put a little spark into it. We finally saw a little bit of flash there from Manny Perez, one of the 3 substitutes so far for North Carolina FC. No subs yet from the Charleston battery.
Well, and Perez and Taylor have combined really well down this right-hand side so far for Carolina since he's come in.
And here's Yamakani. Ball deflected out. Lewis shoved down. And Brotherton's got to be careful. He's already on a yellow card.
Yeah, not smart by Sam Brotherton right there. Just a push in the back.
Yamakani Chester got his first touches in, and you see Brotherton just a 2-hand shove right into the back of the net, right between the shoulder blades.
And he's lucky to still be on the field, James.
Absolutely. Fortunate for Dave Sarakin and North Carolina FC there. So the battery will send one long here. Looking for Ridmeyer. He can't chase it down. It'll run out here in the 82nd minute. 1-0, Charleston Battery on top. Select is the official ball, a supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Ball rolls all the way back to Kuzminski, who will blast it long. And offside called against the Battery.
Tell you, and Robbie Christo is in that same position as Lomis was, right between Taylor Mueller and Leland Archer, and that's such a hard position for a forward all the way up there by yourself with no service to the ball.
Over to Manny Perez here on the near side. Let's see if the super sub can do something dangerous. Step over again. He gets to the goal line around Bolt. Chipped it across over the head, and it just tied up Christo right in his feet. I'm not sure if Kuzminski got a hand on it or not, but it was awful close.
Well, it looks like Kuzminski got a hand on it, but it was still in the path of Robbie Christos. Here it is. Look at this. He gets a hand on it, and there's Christos, and he just can't direct it on goal. He was already in the air, and he couldn't move his body to position it enough. Man, that was close for Carolina.
Substitution for the Charleston Battery is Angelo Kelly Rosales will come on for Zico Lewis, who had the assist on the goal in the 70th minute. Lewis has been a difference maker here tonight, but he's put a lot of miles in, and he's going to come off here in these final minutes. Long ball off the goal kick, and foul called against the Battery. It'll be a free kick. Here's, we've got about 6 minutes remaining before stoppage time. North Carolina FC picking up the pace a little bit. Manny Perez back on the ball. Now DJ Taylor. Comcia will send it over to Brotherton.
I'll tell you, this right-hand side with Manny Perez is working really well for Carolina.
Austin Deleuze on it. Gives it up to Chester, who will turn. Gives it back to McCabe and then makes a little run. Now McCabe steps on it. Back to Chester, who will drop it to Comcia. McCabe. Perez tried to hold it. Heavy ball. And it's blasted all the way back to Comcia. 85th minute, 1-0. Charleston on top of North Carolina FC here in the USL Championship. Match number 3 for both teams. Comcia over to Brotherton as you hear the Oak City supporters in full throat urging their team forward as they look for a hole in this Battery defense. Manny Perez taking it in right at Ridmeyer, trying to get around him. Now he's tied up with 2 defenders. Played out, throw in, North Carolina FC.
Well, Charleston have seen enough of Manny Perez. They're going to double him up here on the right-hand side. He's caused a lot of problems so far.
McCabe sends it to Brotherton. Now back over for Chester on that left side. He'll deke. Gives it back to Deleuze. He'll play it over for Guillen. Guillen will send the ball in with the left foot. Nobody home as Bolt blasts it away to clearance. Brotherton flicks it back to Comcia here with about 4 minutes to go before stoppage time. Wonder how much time we will see here in the second half. Blasted off of Svantesson and out for a throw. Spies on it. Spies looking for something to do with it, and he drops it back into the defense. Now McCabe, over it comes for Comcia. A giveaway and a counter opportunity for the Battery. Ridmeyer on it, trying to hold off DJ Taylor. Knocked away by Comcia. Battle for it. Comcia comes away with it, pokes it to Deleuze, calmly gets it back now to Brotherton. Brotherton back up to Spies in the center of the park, plays a long ball up for Chester. Headed away from him by Woodbine.
And great work from Woodbine to follow that run from Chester. A beautiful ball played in the middle from Spies. And Chester was there, but Woodbine was there first.
87th minute. Kuzminski pops it high in the air. Brotherton shoved from behind by Svantesson. And he went flying. Quick restart from North Carolina FC. Manny Perez. Taylor surveys the situation and decides to drop it back to Comcia. Brotherton makes a play forward. To McCabe. Nice tic-tac-toe passing, but the final ball not there. Tough opportunity for Christo.
Yeah, and a good opportunity there for Carolina. Just that last touch let them down. And look how high Carolina's playing. The back four are literally at the half-field line, really just trying to get something going and join the attack here.
Trying to do anything they can. Driving ball played out by Kuzminski. Foul called against Brotherton. Already on that yellow card. Got to be careful here in these final minutes.
Charleston senses the victory, James. Now they just need to hold on to the possession and not give this one away.
Taylor heads it forward for Perez, though, as he cut it out. Now Taylor with some chance to run up this near sideline. Plays it in. Christo turns it back. Now McCabe, cut out by Svantesson. Rittmeyer, challenged by McCabe. He gets it forward to the sub. Kelly Rosales, who had his first touch, and now it's all the way back to Archer, who blasts one long, looking for Rittmeyer out of his reach.
A good idea there from Archer to just try to pull Rittmeyer into the corner there, but just too far in front of him.
Comcia here, 89th minute, changing over to the 90th. We'll see how much time they add here in the second half. 1-0, Charleston in front of North Carolina FC in the Southern Derby, leg one for both teams. Knocked forward, Perez with a run down the near sideline. Bolt takes him out, and that's going to be a call. Has to be a card, as Perez had him beat all the way, and Bolt came in with the scissor tackle and took him out.
Well, I bet this could probably be the best thing that Bolt could do at this point. Manny Perez was off to the races, and even just to slow and settle it down, he's going to get a card for it, but it gives Charleston a chance to really get back and get defenders behind the ball.
Spees standing over it. Bolt does get the yellow.
Battery yellow card to the 90th minute of play to number 2, Jay Bolt.
And now they're just delaying. We'll see how much time they add if we've reached the full 90.
Start thinking about that game from last year where Carolina had chance after chance after chance to even just to win the game. Of course, this would just be a tie, but you'd really like to see Carolina pull something out here.
Gonna be 3 minutes. Ben Spees standing over it for North Carolina FC. Free kick coming as they trail 1-0 to the Charleston Battery. Kuzminski stands in net for the Battery. And Spees standing over it, ready to send it in. Knocked in, headed towards goal and over the bar, as it looked like, not sure who got his head on it, maybe Perez.
Nice whipped in ball here from Spees. Everybody's up for this, and it was Perez. He just couldn't get his head down on it, and Kuzminski watches that one sail over the goal.
Already a minute gone of the 3 added. Perez goes up for it. Svantesson knocked it forward, and it's blasted ahead. Here comes Chester, full throttle going forward, and it lands up into the netting, and it'll be a corner kick for North Carolina FC.
Wow, Chester was really...
He's looking for a ball.
Yeah, Chester was really making some waves there.
Quickly taken. They're going to send him back into the corner to retake it. Spees will come over. It'll be an in-swinging corner. Push everybody here. In-swinging corner here in stoppage time. 1-0. Charleston on top of NCFC. Spees spins it in. Bending. Headed away. McCabe knocked it back to Spees. He'll send it back. Deflected. And it's going to be handball call against the Battery, and so it'll be another opportunity here for North Carolina FC late to send the ball into the box.
Remember, section 105 gets a buy one, get one offer if any goes.
Carolina's getting some opportunities right here at the end, James. The handball called right on the outside of the 18. This is probably it.
Maybe one, possibly two more opportunities for North Carolina FC if they're lucky. They'll send it in. Curling, headed up into the box, headed away by Archer. Blasted back in, and it's a goal for North Carolina FC. Tommy McCabe nets his second of the season, and we're level 1-1.
And you want to start calling them the cardiac kids, it's okay with me. Look at this. The ball gets headed out. Tommy McCabe laces this one in the corner. You couldn't hit it any more beautiful than that. Tommy McCabe take a bow, and Carolina, in the last seconds of the game, James, comes through.
How about that? Dave Sarachat looks on, quite pleased with the way that finished up for his club as Tommy McCabe blasts it with the left foot right into the side netting. And we are level at 1-1.
On loan from FC Cincinnati, and what a goal that was from Tommy McCabe, James.
And that'll do it here tonight for North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery. The Southern Derby, leg one, finishes up as a draw. John, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, I'll tell you what, it looks like Charleston was going to win one on the road, and just like NCFC does, they never panicked. They were always patient, even till the final whistle. And Tommy McCabe, a wonder strike to tie this game in stoppage time, James. Beautiful.
1-1 the final score between North Carolina FC and the Charleston Battery. Thank you to our crew: Joe Farrar, Savannah Ravella, Colin Thrash, Ian Lang, Tim Arms, Brian Ware, Curtis Adams, Austin Edwards, Evan Jones, and our executive Kyle Lang. I'm James Alverson for John Bouye. 1-1 North Carolina FC and Charleston. Thanks for watching on ESPN+.
Not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.